Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm slightly late to this party, but I want to participate in Tbr-Athon in the month of January, and there are like 3 different options for you to participate in the readathon. And originally I was gonna play like this pause and bookshelves game and try and collect all the dogs, and it's like chutes and ladders, but the chutes are the book stacks that you go down. And I really wanted to play this game because I like games, but I also really love that Leandra from Tbr-Zero, I'll link her down below, that she took so much time to create this bingo board where there are 25 booktubers, and each booktuber got to pick a single prompt. So my thinking was that I would go, I don't think I'm going to read 25 books. Okay, let me take that side note. But I want to pick 25 books so that I can hopefully get a blackout, but I won't. There's absolutely no way that I'm going to read 25 books this month. But I want to pick a book for each prompt, if that makes sense. And that way I can go to each of the creators that Leandra has highlighted here and go comment and show them some love and subscribe to all of them, because my #1 goal for 2025 on my channel is to be more present in the community. So I've picked a book for almost every prompt, and the ones that I didn't pick one for, I will explain why. Actually, I'll explain why now. I have 4 stacks of books for pet pick down here. So you only need 1 pet pick right here, and here's the thing, I have 3 dogs. So I wanted each of my dogs to pick a book, but I didn't want to pick 3 books for that 1 prompt because there's absolutely no way I'm even going to finish 25 books. So why would I do that to myself? So instead, I used my noggin, my brain, and instead I'm going to eliminate 3 of the prompts. I've already eliminated them. And I'm going to have each of my dogs pick one of the books a little bit later in this video. And then I was like, well, if my 3 dogs get to pick a book, then my son should be able to pick a book, and my husband should be able to pick a book. So I eliminated 5 of the prompts, but I didn't really eliminate them. I just took, like, I think one of them is purple on the cover, so I have a stack of books that if they are not completely purple, they don't have to be completely purple, they just have to have a little bit of purple on it. They have some purple on the cover, and that's going to be that book that I read for that prompt, along with that kind of, does that make sense? I think that makes sense. I think I'm overanalyzing it. So let's just jump in, and I'm going to start here and go this way. I'm not going to tell you the name of the booktubers and stuff, but go watch Leandra's video, and she has them all like in the description box. So go give Leandra some love, and then go give all of these content creators some love. I just thought that that was a really cool thing. So of course that's how I have to do it. So let's go. The first prompt is a spooky TBR backlist. So a book that's been on your TBR for at least 2 years. And here's the thing, this was part of my 24 books I need to read in 2024. And I bought it in 2023. technically it's like a year and a half, but you know what, I don't care, because it was in the 24 and 24 and I did not finish these. I'm counting it. So I've already read Carrie, but for this prompt I'm gonna go with The Shining. I would like to read it. I'm scared to read The Shining because I've seen the movie. I don't like the movie. But Stephen King doesn't like the movie either, so I'm thinking maybe the book is better. I mean, the book is always better, right? It's like an isolated horror novel where this man goes to work at the Overlook Hotel during the off season. He's just like babysitting the house pretty much, or the hotel pretty much. And he moves his entire family, his son and his wife, there. And then like madness ensues. And I'm just scared. So that's why I haven't read it. But here it is on the TBR. Alright, number 2 is a Canadian author, and I almost went with The Evil Mother by Margaret Atwood because she's Canadian. But I'm really, really trying to focus on my physical TBR, so I'm gonna read The Accidental Pinup by Danielle Jackson. She is Canadian. This is a romance between rival photographers. It's kind of like a slow burn, hate to love type of romance, I believe. My son got to pick. I had 2 books that I wanted to buy, but I could have got both of them, but I didn't want to. So I had him pick between this one and Kiss Her Once for Me. No. Mistakes Were Made. I've heard really good things about Mistakes Were Made, but my son picked The Accidental Pinup. It will be one of these. You know what? My son's asleep right now, but my dogs are available. My husband's available. So it will be The Night She Went Misting by Kristen Bird, Safe by S.K. Barnett. I kind of want it to be Safe by S.K. Barnett because this was on TBR in 2024 and I still haven't read it. The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. And also, it doesn't have to be fully purple. There can just be a little bit, and there's purple right there at the top. So, I'm counting it. This one I kind of don't want to read right now, but I was sent A 40-Year Kiss by Nicholas Butler. This is like a romance that's completely up my alley, and it's a very beautiful edition. But it doesn't come out until February, until April. I don't know for sure. But I kind of wanted to read it closer to when it comes out rather than super early. I thought it was like April, but oh, it doesn't say. So I am going to get these set up and hopefully get someone to pick one for. Alright, so I've got all of them out. He is right here. I gave him a little treat to come in. This is Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean thing, go get. Oh! He picked The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center as my purple book. I'm a little scared of The Rom-Commers because I think it follows screenwriters, and I don't usually like books that like have Hollywood. Alright, that was purple on the cover, then longer than the previous read. So I think for that one, I don't know if it means longer than this one because this one comes before it on the bingo board, which would be fine because that's only 316 pages. Or, which is this the way that I'm interpreting it, like before I read this book, say that I pick up, hold on, I just finished Daughter of Mine, so say that my next book has to be longer than this one, then it would be 354 pages. So it has to be longer in length than this one because I just read it, because I just finished it. Does that make sense? Hold on. So the prompt for longer book than the last read was, I'm taking it as when I read it, like when I pick a book for it, it has to be longer than the one that I just finished or that I'm currently reading. If that makes sense. I mean, that's how I'm interpreting it. There we go. Words. Okay. The next one is LGBTQ plus rep. And for that, I have Wild and Wonderful Things by Anita Kelly. This book. It's a male, grumpy, sunshine type of romance. These two men go hiking on the Pacific Crest Trail, like separately. They don't know each other. And they meet on the trail, and then they keep meeting during this 1,000-mile hike. I'm not entirely sure how long the hike is, but I read Wild in 2024, and that was wild. See what I did there? But that is about this woman who hikes the Pacific Crest Trail on her own, and it was like very life-changing for her, and it was really intriguing to read. And being in that headspace was so crazy and so daunting at times, but at times it was just like beautiful and at peace in nature. And I just think that it's gonna be interesting to read a romance set in the Pacific Crest Trail, and I've like started it, but by started it, I mean like I'm one chapter in, so just barely. But then I have translated read, and for that I'm gonna be reading The Resting Place by Camilla Stein, translated by Alexandra Fleming. So this is basically my last chance with this author, because I tried to read The Last Village and I DNF'd it a couple years ago. But this one sounds really good. So this follows this woman who, named Eleanor, who witnesses her grandma being murdered. But she can't recognize faces. She has face blindness, or also called prosopagnosia. Never mind, I butchered that. Face blindness. So she can't recognize anyone's face. But now, I don't know if she goes on the run or she hides out because she's afraid that the person or people that killed her grandmother are now after her, and she can't recognize them. So there's like a lot of layers to this horror novel, but it's exciting. I have a die decides. So basically, I need to roll this, and whatever it lands on is the number of pages that my book has to have. So if I get a 3, then it has to be 300 plus pages. You know, if I get a 6, it has to be 600 plus pages. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I have a 777 page book on my TBR as it stands right now. If I get a 6, I am going to double up and count the 777 page book for this, just so you know. But I'm gonna try really hard not to double up on any, although by the end I want to do a wrap up of this bingo, highlighting these creators at the end of the month, or maybe early February, highlighting these creators and telling you if I read something with that prompt and what was it, and kind of review it. And it'll be a fun wrap up video for the readathon. I'm hoping to do that so we can see which prompts I actually did and which ones I ended up doubling up on and things like that. But let's stop stalling. Alright, let's see. Over 200 pages. Okay, that's not that bad. I was scared of this one. Over 200 pages. Okay, so what I was hoping to do for this one was to pick a few books that are 200 and something pages. I have 5. And then I'm going to have my husband pick which one of these I read. And so there's Death Becomes Her by Michael Janurary. I'm so sorry I butchered that. This is 267 pages. This is a must read because my brother gifted it to me for Christmas. It's vampires and werewolves. It's young adult fantasy. That's all that I know. But he said this is a really good book and he hopes that I like it. There's The Whispering Dead by Darcy Coates. I love Darcy Coates, so if he picked Darcy Coates, that'd be fine with me. 263 pages. This is about this woman that lives, she's homeless. She lives in the graveyard, and she starts hearing ghosts. Then there's my favorite murder, Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered by Karen Clifford and Georgia Hardstark. This is, like, the writing is so tiny. It's only 299 pages, so it's right at the 297 pages, sorry, 296 pages, but the writing is so tiny, and honestly, I kind of want to listen to this one on audio, and I don't have the audio right now, so I kind of hope Patrick doesn't pick that one. Then there's How Can I Help You by Laura Sims. This is one of my newest acquisitions. So this is 238 pages. And I think it's like a con woman. So no one knows Margot's real name. She lives in a small town. She works at a library. And she is holding some dark secrets. And then the last one is a locked room mystery. This is A Death at the Party by Amy Stewart. And it's 286 pages. So let me go see my husband. I'm giving him one more option. I'm giving him Gull Island by Anna Porter because this one is 239 pages. And it's on my must read anyway. It's like this island type murder, and it's a psychological suspense. When her estranged dad goes missing, Jude is persuaded by her mom to find his will. She travels to the family cottage on remote Gull Island, glad to be away from the city to have the chance to sort some things out, but is unsettled by what she finds there. And then there's like a storm and she's stuck there, and so I'm gonna let Patrick pick one of these. He picked my favorite murder, Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered, which is the nonfiction. It's a true crime type of story. I think it's a bunch of different stories, I think. Yeah. I told you guys that this was the only one I didn't want. But I went out there and I'm like, pick one. And he's like, oh, the font. let's pick this one. Hey, bud! How are you? Alright, the next book is a middle grade. And I literally had 2 choices, but I might be cheating on a different prompt to use both of them. So I'm going to be reading Hide and Seeker by Dr. Herman. Ready or Not, Here It Comes. So it's like a middle grade horror novel about hide and seek. And I play hide and seek all the time as a mom now. So why not get scared? Okay. The next one is a beloved author. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I've already finished this book. This is my first book of 2025. This is Daughter of Mine by Megan Miranda. This is the one that I finished today, but Megan Miranda is a beloved author of mine. Like, usually her writing is very homey and it's like comforting for me. And the next prompt for this bingo is your most recent TBR acquisition. It's gonna be The Girl Next Door by Jack Ketchum. This follows a madman who has kidnapped a teenage girl and is keeping her hostage in his basement, and I think he's torturing her. So there's that. Then the next one is an animal on the cover. So my husband has told me that dragons are not animals, but they are mythical animals, right? I mean, I'm counting it. I gave my son 4 options and he picked Aragon by Christopher Paolini. I'm terrified of this book. It's a dragon rider. It's a school for magical creatures, magical people. There's maps in here, like multiple maps, like 3, I think. I don't know anything about this. It's young adult. I'm terrified of this. So if dragons don't count, let me know in the comments below, and I will pick from the 3 books that I have left. Or you guys in the comments below, if dragons don't count. I think they totally should count, but if they don't, then you guys comment down below if it should be the rabbit hutch, because there's actually like a goat right there and it says rabbit, so that counts. There's also Crazy House, and that's a dragonfly, and The Lost Story, which has a bird on the cover. So tell me which one of these I have to read if I'm not allowed to read Aragon. Aragon scares me, so I wouldn't be super mad. Alright, the next prompt is a Naughties novel, which I guess it just has to be published, hi sweetheart, in 2000 to 2009. And it's also on my pile of shame. So I've read the beginning of this, but I haven't finished it. So Breathers by S.G. Brown will count because it was written in 2008 and it's like a zombie love story. You wanna go play in your room? No? Okay, you can sit there. You wanna sit there? You wanna go get a dinosaur and sit right there and watch me? Or a car, and you can sit there while mommy finishes? Do you wanna do that? Okay, go get a toy and you can sit there and watch me. Okay, then Leandra picked mood read. I'm not gonna pick a mood read in this video. I'm just gonna get to count whatever I end up reading, you know? That's not already on this list. Although you can double up or triple up or quadruple up if you can get that to work. I'm gonna try really hard to use a different book for each prompt, but I'm crazy, so there's that. Then the next one is a horror novel. For that, I'm gonna pick The Perfect Ruin by Sharona Williams. I honestly don't know anything about this, but I'm pretty sure it's a horror novel, so I'm gonna go with it. Okay, and the last one on this bingo is a Latinx author, and for that I'm gonna pick Natalie Kanya, A Proposal They Can't Refuse. This is some kind of fake marriage, which, like, I love fake dating, so I'm excited for this. It also has some kind of restaurant, I think, that she is a chef, and I'm excited. Oh, they're rival chefs. She is a Puerto Rican chef, and he is an Irish American chef. So that sounds exciting. All right, our next prompt is a genre blend. So I don't know if this is a genre blend, but here's the thing. On Goodreads, it says it's a psychological thriller / zombie apocalypse horror novel. So I'm counting psychological thriller and horror novel as the combo. If I'm wrong, sorry, but I'm counting this. And then I Woke Up by Malcolm Devlin. This is like a short little cute novella. I mean, it's not cute. It's alright, it's not cute. It's about a zombie apocalypse, and yeah, that sounds really good. So I needed to get some of these books on here for a video that I want to do in the future, and this is one of them. I'm somewhat cheating, not really, kinda. For historical fiction, I'm picking Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I'm scared, but this takes place during war. This follows the 4 sisters, and it's a classic, but because it takes place during the Civil War, I'm counting it as historical fiction. The next prompt is read some trash. So for that, I'm going to read The Game Changer by Lana Ferguson. This follows a baker and a hockey player in a romance, and Lana Ferguson usually just writes a smutty good time, so, you know, trashy, smutty. I don't know what read some trash means, so I just took a shot in the dark. The next prompt is a magna, I don't know how to say it, that you're dying to try. I don't read magna graphic novels. I don't read any of that stuff, but I do have this book that has illustrations, and part of it's even told in like graphic novel form, like comic strip. So, and this is on my required TBR for the year, so might as well just get it on here now. That is The Adventures of Captain Underpants by Dave Pilkey, 25-and-a-half-year anniversary edition. So there, I stretched that one a lot. All right, the next one is Pig Pong Decides, and I watched her video, and I was gonna do the first prompt, but the first prompt scared me, and I don't really have any options for the prompt that she got, but I watched the entire thing, and I have 4 options for a thrifted book. So, The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon and The Fastest Way to Fall by Denise Williams. These were both from Pango, and these were both from the thrift store. So, Never Let Me Go and Sometimes I Lie. So, I'm going to have Bella pick this one. So for this one, Bella is going to pick. So Eric, I need you to move over there, love. So go sit right here. Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna let her go, and she can go pick those. I'm gonna put them up a little bit further for her, and she can pick which book she wants.
She loves that book.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Because that's the one she's on. Yeah. Maybe we'll put these on top. Okay.
You're eating that.
Yeah, that means she did pick that one. How'd you know she's going to pick that one?
Because it's that book.
Because she likes that book?
Yeah.
Okay. So Bella picked The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon by Stephen King. This is about this 11-year-old girl named Eleanor. Named June, no. Huh. I don't remember her name. But she was on a hike with her mom and her brother, and she hiked further into the woods and they didn't notice, and she got lost. All right, this is the last row. So the first book is a cozy read. So for a cozy read, I definitively have The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey on here because I've reread this book so many times. It's like my comfort read. I love it. It's either going to be this or Where the Red Fern Grows, or I'm just going to be reading and I'm going to find like a comforting book. But those are my two most comforting books. They're like warm hugs for me. This one is an alien invasion, and they take all of the children to safety, but they were supposed to come back for Cassie because she's 16. They took her brother, and she decides that she's gonna go hunt her brother down, like go rescue him, although he doesn't really need rescuing because, you know, it's a safe place. And we have a strong woman protagonist for that. I'm going to be reading The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. This beautiful edition I got for Christmas from my husband. And it's like illustrated. Hold on. It's got some really great illustrations, but I really just want to read it again because of how beautiful it is. And like, oh, that means I can never get rid of this book because it's so pretty. I've been eyeballing it for months, and my husband bought it for me for Christmas, so thank you to the hubby. Is Pet Pick, so that is Kevin pick. So I need Kevin to pick a book, but right now he is in his crate. He is sleeping. I'm not gonna pick him up right now to do that. Here's the thing though, this is the only one that's gonna have double, because it's gonna work for Pet Pick. It's also gonna work for new to me author. These 4 authors are new to me, so Kevin will be picking. This also counts as new to me, which is the last prompt. So there's Lizzie Shane, Sweeter Than Chocolate. It's a romance. Then there's How Will I Know You by Jessica Treadway. This is a thriller. Then we have Jenna Rose Nethercott, Thistlefoot. This is a cozy fantasy, question mark. And then there's DJ Palmer. This is a thriller. This was Saving Megan. I think Megan gets kidnapped and we have to save her. For my sports romance, I'm going to pick Fight for It by Lauren Green, mostly because it's already on my January TBR, so it's just easy, like Krav Maga gym, and I think that it's a romance between her coach and her, and I don't really know anything else. I know it's the start of a series, so that's scary, but those are all of the books that those are my pile of possibilities. Am I really gonna read 25 books? I don't know. Can I do it? For sure. Am I going to, though? We'll see. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye!